Hi everyone, Elliot Jacobson here for Advanced Advantage Play. And I want to talk about sort of a parade of emails I've been receiving lately with questions about voodoo methods for beating Baccarat. I thought I had put that to rest with any number of videos I have put up on my YouTube channel talking about all sorts of voodoo and crazy stuff, but somehow my name has got out there, and recently I've just been getting inundated with these emails. To the extent that I've actually put up sort of a request even on my website. Let me just show you that request here. So if you go to my website, Advanced Advantage Play, read this before you send me an email. Dear non-Advantage players, please do not send me an email that asks questions about voodoo methods, including patterns or reading boards in Baccarat, stop losses, betting systems, streaks, prayers to your favorite goddess, or any other method that is not based on information. Your voodoo method will not work. Got it? Your voodoo method will not work. So what I thought I would do is just share a couple of these emails so you can see what my response is, and maybe think twice before you send me something similar. So let's just go to a couple of emails. I think this will be interesting for you to see. All right, here we go. Hi, Elliot. I stumbled across your website as I'm on the hunt for a Baccarat spreadsheet that does two things. One, I'd like to find the probability that a streak ends after 6 players in a row. What's the percentage that the next hand is a banker after 7, 8, and so forth? I'm just curious of any fluctuations. Well, let me just tell you what the answer is. It doesn't matter whether you're in the first hand, the fifth hand, the sixth hand, whatever hand you're on a streak. The probability of a banker is essentially unchanged based on what has come before. Likewise with players. Now, you can count cards, right? You can see how many of various eights, nines, whatever have come out, and that will make a microscopic difference that might allow you to count cards for a profit of 50 cents to $1 a day if you're making $1,000 wagers. And I've covered that in some videos. But as far as the streaks themselves, there is actually no tangible, identifiable information that changes the probabilities in any way. So if you have a streak of 10 players in a row and you say, well, what's the probability of a banker on the next hand? It really didn't matter that there were 10 players before that. All right, so the answer to number one is this is a voodoo question that is assuming that somehow if you knew there was a streak, that would allow you to predict or gain some advantage on when that streak was going to end, right? Absolutely a voodoo question. Number two, I want to find a spreadsheet that will let me test betting patterns either against a random set of data or an inputted one. So I can see, for example, if I doubled my bet after every 3 players in a row, what would be the outcome? Just as an example. In other words, play a martingale where you only start after 3 players in a row, apparently the martingaling on banker bets. Total voodoo, total nonsense. The cards don't remember what happened before. They don't care what happened before. The previous things that happen have no effect on the future outcomes. This is the gambler's ruin paradox, right? This is the gambler's fallacy that you think somehow past events on essentially independent outcomes are going to make a difference as far as what happens in the future. All right. So do I know of any spreadsheets that actually exist? Yes, I do. And I actually pointed this fellow to a spreadsheet that I had produced. And you can just look around through my videos and you might be able to find one. But essentially the spreadsheet I pointed just said, hey, this is what the edge is for a player and this is the edge for a banker, and it doesn't make a difference what happened before. All right, let's go to the next email here. Hi, just came upon your video on YouTube. I have a question. You have some nice spreadsheets on Baccarat. Thank you very much. There is a video on YouTube from the School of Baccarat that can predict patterns just by tracking the big road. Well, that's what they insinuate anyway. Do you think they're using the same type of analyzer that you give away for free, or are they just scamming the public? Well, oh, they charge $10,000 for a pattern. They are certainly not using anything that I give away for free, because I would never give away something for free that tries to predict wins or losses or who you should bet on based on these tracking sheets, the Big Road, whatever these various tracking methodologies are. So are they using what I'm giving away for free? Well, for free, I give away tools that actually are based on mathematics that give you the exact house edge based on the cards that remain in the shoe. And you can find those on my website. What I definitely don't do is in any way promote a system that looks at tea leaves or astrological charts or the body temperature of the person who is sitting 2 seats away from you, and based on that predict what's going to happen next. Have they lost their ever-loving minds? What do you think? No, they haven't lost their ever-loving minds. This is how casinos make money, because people believe weird things. All right, next email. Dear Elliot, I remember watching your videos on YouTube about Baccarat streak information, like the probability of 5 bankers in a row, but I can't find the video. Would you help me, please? Nope. Well, I did actually. I sent him the video he was looking for, and then, of course, underlying this is that you think that if there's 5 bankers in a row, well, should I bet on the streak continuing? Because who wouldn't bet on a streak? Or should I assume that all streaks must come to an end and bet against it? Neither one of those makes any sense at all, but that is the way people think. Okay, number 4. Good morning. Hello, Elliot. I just wanted to thank you for sharing your knowledge to everyone. My pleasure. I've been playing Baccarat for the past few years, but I really want to go in with a higher bankroll, and I need a good system and strategy. Again, this word system is the indication that they are a loser, right? Because the system implies some sort of method of reading boards or tracking players and bankers, or some progression and betting system. If I can guide him to what system or other books he should read, I know with anything, a good plan and effective strategy is always key to winning. No, that's actually not what's key to winning. What's key to winning is having information, is tracking cards, or knowing a single card going through the shoe, or edge sorting, or it's just having a piece of tangible information. A loss rebate is a piece of marketing information. What is not information is an effective strategy or a good plan. All right. So if you look through my book, for example, here, Advanced Advantage Play, you will definitely see pages and pages of card counting systems, and suppose you know the exact location of a card in the shoe, and all sorts of other things that are based on information. What you will not find in here is a system like double your bet after you lose, or follow a 1-3-2-6 betting progression. Anything like that is nonsense. So I'm sorry, I do not know a good plan or an effective strategy other than playing with information. All right, email 5. I am a roulette player. Even bet, only like Baccarat, right? So roulette, he must be playing red-black or something like that. As I understand from what you said, every spin's an independent event. Yes, actually, on roulette, there is no question of that, and no history of the result can be considered information. Thank you. Perfectly said. Therefore, no matter what bet selection strategy I use, it's still guaranteed loss as per your simulations. I don't need to simulate it for it to be a guaranteed loss. It's just one of the laws of the universe, and the simulations confirm that. I see it so clearly thanks to you. However, I was still wondering about other parts of the game, like money management strategy, which essentially means leaving when you're ahead or setting a loss limit, because the idea is somehow the cards or the roulette table or whatever you're playing will forget who you are, so that if you leave when you're ahead, rather than losing as you would have if you had stayed, the cards will forget who you are, so that when you come back tomorrow, they'll go, oh, I have no idea that you were supposed to lose. Let's let you win now, right? So that's what I think of money management strategies. as no matter what bet selection strategy we use, can a good money management strategy help us beat the game? No, because cards and dice and roulette wheels and slot machines and so on have no idea who you are. They don't remember you. They don't go, oh, look, there's Joe. Joe has won for the last 2 hours. We got to make Joe lose. But if you come back tomorrow, we never saw this guy before. Well, let's let him win again, right? The cards are not going to say that. So money management is just a losing idea, 100% losing idea. It says, I see you've covered the martingale and so on, but if the probability of the outcome is roughly 50-50 on the roulette table, it's not, by the way, because of 0 and 00. Do you think there's any other way to use money management to give you an advantage to win in this game? No. Losing is losing, all right? Losing. If you don't have information, you're a loser. These are losing strategies, so don't use them, all right? So those are the emails I wanted to cover. Now let me just go to my YouTube channel. For those of you who may not know about it, here it is. It is just Advanced Advantage Play is the channel. Now, if you go down, I want to point out a few videos that I'm going to suggest to these people. Here is one, Baccarat, the Law, and Betting Systems down here. The top 10 Baccarat facts to help you win more and lose less. Why Martingale Betting Systems Suck, Part 2, Baccarat. There's a couple more that I want to recommend for these folks in Baccarat. I think it's on the next page. How many roads must a gambler walk down? This is about reading the boards in Baccarat. Baccarat Random Walks talks about the sort of spread of luck that people can have. And, there's a bunch of other things here. The futility of patterns and progressions for Baccarat. So I really cover all of this. I really do. And I just hope that you will take the time before you want to send me an email to look through some of these videos that directly go at this voodoo stuff. All right, so there you go. Now, I do want to say a couple of other things here that maybe are a little bit unexpected at this point. The first one is just because I have so many people on this channel and not on another blog, I want to encourage you, if you could, just to visit my blog, Watching the World Go By. That's BYE. So I've been writing about climate change and that sort of thing, and I would just think that if you don't know about this kind of thing, you might appreciate that this is another interest I have. And also, I have a poetry website that I would like to invite you to visit called Totally Disconnected. So just other parts of who I am that you might find interesting if that's also something that you like to explore. So, all right, everybody. I think I was a little bit pissed off just because I've been getting all these emails. I just wanted to vent a little bit. I do appreciate getting emails from people who understand that you need information to beat games. One other email I did get recently was from someone who described a method of beating some online casino games that actually was a legitimate method. And that person did not quite understand that if an AP approaches me, I'm going to be sharing their information publicly. If I analyze the game, it's going to become a post on my website, Advanced Advantage Play. So I want to also just point out this one other caveat. If you do email me and you're an Advantage player and you have an idea for how to beat a game and it's a legitimate idea and I end up doing the analysis on that, I'm going to post it on my website, Advanced Advantage Play, all right? It is going to be publicly posted. I never do any work for Advantage players of any type, and that is going to be just for their eyes only. So I'm glad to do this for you, Advantage players. If I think that it has general public interest, we'll get that done for everyone, and may the best person make use of this information. So, okay, everyone, this is Elliot Jacobson for Advanced Advantage.